Hello and welcome. Today I've chosen a new set of running boards for my second CyberTruck. This is an all-wheel drive 2025 CyberTruck. My wife is a whopping 5'2" and she really likes to get into the truck, but it sits kind of high. So she asked me to get some running boards for the CyberTruck. So I've chosen Cyber Gear running boards. Yeah, I'm sitting on them. I'm going to show you just how easy it is to install. I happen to be in Nashville, not in my normal garage, but this garage is probably very much like your garage. It's a nice garage, not the biggest thing you've ever seen. However, I'm really sure that I can install these with moderate tools and a little bit of mechanical ability and using the Cyber Gear running boards. Let's see if I can get that done. You can see the instructions look pretty detailed, looks pretty simple. Comes with, I believe, some tools. Everything comes nicely packed. R for right. And this is the left one. These are the brackets. Brackets will be holding what's going on. They're also marked with right and left. If you don't know your right from your left, well, there you go. All right, let's see if we can get some of this stuff open. These don't appear to be sealed, but they are packed well. Comes plastic wrap, keeping abrasion down. It's got a really nice design, so we'll see how this goes. Should be marked right or left. All right, well, let me confer with the instructions. You have the right board and the left board. This one is the right, this one is the left. All right, I'm not going to bore you with taking apart boxes. I'm pretty sure you've done that before. But let me set out the gear. So this is interesting. They are absolutely identical. There is a right and a left here. And you're supposed to, when you put it on the right side, use the right hole. And on the left side, you use the left hole. Now, what's the only really right is the running board marked with an R for right and L for left. Other than that, the brackets are universal. Just choose the correct hole. Looks like we end up with some bolts, and it looks like lock washers, split lock washers, regular flat washers, a tool, and we should be good to go. Let's pour the stuff out here. I usually pour it in a bowl, otherwise it gets everywhere. All right, well, let's have a look. First step, we need to, there are pre-drilled holes in the bottom of the vehicle. Arrange the left side brackets sequentially beneath each one of the holes, okay? So we're going to do the right side because that's where I have the truck parked. And then it says use a wrench to secure the brackets in place. So that can't be that hard. So let's crawl under the thing and have a look. All right, let's have a look here. You know, it's not that difficult. The hole they're speaking about is this one here. It's threaded. And the best part about this is the jack point. you can't cover this up because if you ever get a flat, you need to jack it up. Here's where you do it. You can see what it says maybe. Anyway, the bracket, as we saw, has a right hole. Hey, what are you looking at? Anyway, so we have the right hole and the left hole. The right hole will line up with here, right? It lines up here. And if we look over here, it goes on the bash plate underneath the battery, but it's over here on the edge, okay? And since the hole is oblong, once we get this on, we will pull it this way and it will secure itself right around the battery, as you can see. All right, let me get this first one on and we'll see what it looks like. So we use a bolt, a split washer, a lock washer, and a flat washer. And the split washer goes up next to the head of the bolt, and that goes through the slot, labeled R, since we're working on the right side. So here's a little mechanic trick. You got only a couple hands. I usually put the hardware on the bolt standing up. That way, when you try to hold all this stuff, you're ready to go. All right, well, here we go. Got the bolt started. We're on the right side. And as you can see, as we sock this up, it will sit flush underneath the truck. And then we want to pull the bracket outwards so it socks. And then we'll tighten it up and our bracket is on. Hey, I told you, what are you looking at? It's just finger tight underneath. And then we'll get the wrench out here. You want to make it perpendicular. That means 90 degrees to where the truck is pointing because these need to line up with the running boards themselves. And just like that, I move it a little, but I didn't tighten it totally because I don't know if I have to line up any holes in the running board. So it's going to move just a hair, but it's on there. So let's put the rest of them on. We'll run this fast motion. Well, that was easy. One bolt each into the right hole marked with an R. Now let's put the running board on. Then we got to secure it. That may be the hardest part. I don't know. Let's check it out. Well, I got to tell you, I don't know how easy that could have been. Now, I didn't use their wrench because I think I'm going to get my ratchet wrench and a long socket. While this is okay, the problem with it is it hits underneath. So let me go grab a real wrench and we'll finish the right side. So, you know, this tool is way better for finishing the job. So if you don't have one, borrow one. This is a normal ratchet wrench, and this is a 13 millimeter socket with a short extension. Makes life easy. Let's get to it. I made sure there was a small gap between the running board and the rest of the thing. It's a little wider there, but it's because I needed the gap here. So I didn't want the running board to rub on the plastic. So that was my intention. Anyway, we've got a gap between all of it, and it's really strong. Wow. Well, I think my wife will be happy. I'm going to turn this thing around and do the other side, but I don't need to waste your time. I will show you the finished product when I get all done. It's been about 15 minutes. As you can see, I have the left side on. Now, what I was telling you is we need to adjust it, okay? So the bracket, let me hold this under here. As you can see, I've just left it loose. Now, the key to this, and we don't want the thing to rub on the plastic, okay? It's not good. So, but we can adjust it fore or aft. If it's fore, it rubs. If I push it back a little bit, it's good. So the next thing that I do is I've stuck all of the nuts and bolts and stuff all the way down. All right, so we're gonna start tightening up here on the front. So I leave a gap, as you can see, and I pull towards me. If I would push, you see the bracket moves in. So I'm gonna move the bracket all the way towards me as far as it'll go. And then I'm gonna adjust the running board so we are not rubbing on the plastic, okay? So the first tightening thing, I'll use my wrench. I'll tighten the bolt, which is right here, and then we'll set the position of this first bracket. Okay, the bracket is tight, and I want to make sure we have a gap, and I can still pull the running board forward, as you can see, but I'll push it towards the rear so that it gives us a clearance up here, okay? At this point, I'm going to tighten these two bolts here, one here and one in here, using the wrench. Let me get that done. Okay, we're tight and we have a gap. As you can see, I have no movement now. Now, I will tell you a little bit. If you're new to wrenches and things like that, you can put an awful lot of power in this wrench. Don't go crazy. Don't use an electric drill with a socket on the end. Oh, it's faster. Well, it's out of control is what it is. So what you want to do is finger tight it, and then with a ratchet wrench, since it's loose, you hold on to the shank here on the extension and you run the ratchet wrench, right, until it tightens up. Then you lightly tighten it, make sure it's in position, then tighten it up. But don't go crazy. I usually grab halfway down on the wrench and go until it's nice and snug. It's not holding up the, a building. It's just holding this on, and there's 5 more. So don't go crazy. All right, with our front bracket secured, we've got to get the next one. Is go to the end one. This way we set the ends of the running board. I don't want it out this much. We can go in a little bit, but we need to keep a little bit of spacing. Pull the bracket towards you, and then we'll tighten that up first, okay? Now I'm gonna just let the camera run here and see if it'll look through opening. I know it's kind of weird, but I hold on to the extension. As you see, it moved, and I snug it up just a little bit. Okay, don't go crazy, just till it starts compressing the lock washer. Okay, at this point, it's in there, so I want to pull it towards me now, and I want to make sure that our throw is just about right. Okay, at this point, I'm going to show you, maybe I can see it, I don't know. Let's see. So I hold the wrench halfway, like I said, and I tighten it, but don't go crazy, okay? That's it. If I'd use that at the end there, it'd be too much effort, and it might damage it. And tightening it this way. Okay, I go until it just gets a little snug, because we have to adjust the spacing. A lot of threads on these bolts. Okay, there it's a little snug now, right? And so we want to make sure that we have enough spacing, and it looks good. So if we look here now, you can see we're not rubbing, okay? There's a reasonable amount. So then I'll tighten up the other one here. Again, you got to hold it because it'll do the ratchet thing. They put one size fits all bolts. I think they could go down probably maybe several millimeters shorter, but it makes it harder to thread them. So I don't know, it's not bad. Okay, it's starting to sock up. You can hear it now, okay? Now it's in position where we want it to be. So I hold it here and I push in the middle and I just snug it, okay? Don't go crazy. You go crazy, what's going to happen is you'll stretch that bolt, and then somebody getting into the car may bust it. Okay, so there it is. We're done. All right, so I'm going to do the rest here. You guys don't need to see it. I know you just showed you exactly how to do it. So I'll be back. All right, well, let's talk about one of the benefits of the CyberGear running boards. As you can see, the floor jack is just adjacent to the bracket, right on the pad, which is that hump right there, to jack up the truck. As you can see, I can jack up the truck without any issues. The other one, I had to remove the bracket, which was fine, but this one is designed such that I don't have to. Great benefit. Good for CyberGear. Well, here's what they look like. Look pretty nice. Well, there you go. CyberGear is realistic. You're going to drop some of this stuff probably in the dirt or wherever, and you're going to miss it. They always give you some extras. I'll tell you what, this product is engineered superbly, absolutely superbly. It went together as you saw. It's been maybe a little less than an hour, and I've been blabbing the whole time. So there you go. Anyway, guess what time it is? It is the holiday time. And this is available from CyberGear. CyberGear has a Black Friday deal. You need to go to CyberGear. Down below here, as you see, there's their website. Tell them Dave sent you. This is an awesome product. Somebody you know has a CyberTruck. Maybe it's you. I'll tell you what, you need to buy a pair of these. I've had others, and these by far are the best ones. They go together fine. They bolt on. Man, it's easy to put them on. If you like this video, give me a like. Go ahead and subscribe. There's going to be more coming. Yeah, I'm back to it. Thanks for watching. I'll look for you in the upcoming videos, and take care.